talking about salaries. Last week, we gave some strategies how to find the range of salaries as you're exploring social impact jobs. Today, what I really want to talk about is some tips on salary negotiations if they have them. More and more employers, not all, are listing a salary range or a fixed salary. But a lot of employers, it's still a black box where they might ask you to list your salary history, or you don't know the salary range or what is the possibilities until you move ahead to the final round of interviews and get a potential offer. 3 quick tips. First of all, before you even start searching for a job, if the job market's reasonably strong, be clear on what is the type of salary you need for living, for saving, put some money away for the future, and really to be a little bit comfortable financially. Think a little bit about your range, and that might affect you want to look for jobs in the nonprofit sector, which often tend to pay lower, not always. Do you want to look in the private sector, which often tend to pay a little bit higher, the public sector, foundation. So just how you define the range of your salary and where you put more emphasis in the job search. Second, if the employer doesn't have a range or a fixed salary, so a range might be, hey, we'll pay between, let's say it's in Washington, D.C., a program officer with 7 years experience. Let's say maybe we pay between 65 and 75 or 75 and 85. If they have a range, it's a little bit easier. So you can think about what is the evidence-based argument and data and stories for why you qualify in your higher range. It might be your years of experience, your technical expertise, your previous salary history, or things like that. And really be clear. Often it's called anchor theory in negotiation. Let's say whether there's a range or no range, whoever tends to put out the first number tends to anchor the discussion. So if there's no range and the employer says, oh, we're thinking about 65, what do you think about that? It's kind of anchored the salary range in that area. It doesn't mean you can't try for an increase. Be thoughtful about what is the anchor range you want to go for. And my advice is always be a little ambitious, but not unrealistic. Because obviously if you do the things we talked about last week in terms of market research and really understand what is the market rate for your sector, your location, this type of position, this organization, that'll help strengthen you. So if you want to make 90,000 and this organization only pays 60,000 for that level, or maybe you think they only pay 60 and they pay 90. So that is really important. And then as you go through the negotiation, again, it's mental preparation. So one of my first salary negotiations after going through 3 interviews, I undercut myself because I was nervous. So it's really have the data. And I put a number out there that I was not comfortable with, but they offered me the job at a very low salary. I was able to negotiate up, let's say about another 10%, 15%, but it was my mistake by letting this low number come out of my mouth because I wasn't mentally prepared. So rehearse with friends, use AI tools, come to the PCN Career Campus. So it's that combination of knowing what is the range, really thinking about what you need, what type of employers, doing the background research like last week, being mentally prepared, coming with data and evidence and some stories. So don't just say, hey, I'd like some more money. For this type of position, I'm expecting a higher range based on these 3 reasons. Be prepared. I've had successful salary negotiations where I've gotten increases a number of times. I've had other ones where they said, take it or leave it. So that's part of the thing is be prepared. What happens if they accept it, if they come back in the middle? It is a bizarre thing, but obviously advocating for yourself, if it's the type of job where you can negotiate, can make a huge difference in the long run. Those are just some quick salary tips for this week. Stay tuned for more Craig and Careers. Let us know your questions on all things impact salaries and keep working for impact.